Welcome to Vision, Impact, and Purpose. See your vision, walk in your purpose, and impact lives with your gifts and talents. Thank you for tuning in to listen to Tikwa, your Christian virtual assistant coach. Join Coach Tikwa as she shares her own journey, shifts your mindset, inspires you while sharing insights and tips for a profitable virtual assistant business along the way. Now here is your host, Tikwa, founder of PowerPo Assistants.
Hey, everyone. How are y'all doing? It's been a while since I went live, but I'm pretty sure that y'all been seeing all my posts about the wonderful news that's going on. So for anyone who is new to my broadcast, my name is Tikwa Scarborough. I am a virtual assistant Christian coach. I help new, aspiring, and seasoned virtual assistants earn consistent monthly income and take them through my client attraction system so that they can be booked and busy. So hi, welcome in. Today I'm going to talk about how someone just took me back. Took me back from the beginning when I first really was getting into business. The coach that I hired at that time, Queenette, she had asked me to interview with her on her platform today. And I was like, yeah, of course, anything for you. So I joined her platform, and the questions that were asked from that really brought up a lot of things that I was feeling at that time. And I'm pretty sure that you guys are feeling the same way as well, especially if you're just starting your business, trying to scale your business, or you just don't know how to find clients, know where to look to find clients. So it's like, I know how it feels to be fearful, frustrated, and continue to struggle when you're trying to build an online business. And a lot of us may think that it's impossible because of the pandemic. Okay. And all I can say is that during this pandemic, there were a lot of blessings during this, although we had a lot of loss during this pandemic. However, a lot of people have moved out of the fear and was forced out of their job. And guess what? Forced into doing something that they really love, that they're really passionate about, and started building their business. And their business are thriving. Okay, so we still have some folks who are fearful. So I'm going to talk about that fear. I remember when I first started, I was excited about having my business. I was excited about serving the people that I want to serve because I've been in the corporate world for over 20 something years. And I knew that I had something to bring to the table, right? And I just didn't know how to take those skill sets and to bring them into an online space. So when I know that way back, I was doing virtual assistant, but that didn't dawn on me until later on when I was trying to think about building my business. And my mindset was like, oh, my business, my agency is going to be booked out with a lot of people. Okay. But also, I didn't have a marketing message. I definitely didn't know who my ideal client is, and I didn't know anything about that. So we talked about the past coaches that I had, and I don't down anybody. It's just that not everyone is for you. And when you go shopping, you make sure that when you go shopping, that the reviews are great, that you feel good about it, that you do a little bit more research on certain things that you really, really want, especially if you are investing a lot of money into that service or into that product. You want to make sure that you do your research. And I didn't really do my research, my due diligence at the time because honestly, I did not know anything about the business. I didn't know how to start a business. I just started my event planning business, but that was based off of the people I already knew. So that right there, that was already set up from when I was young. I had events, I had birthday parties, showers, weddings, and all that stuff that I had set up. So I already knew that. People already knew how I worked. My family members hired me to do events and things like that. So that was set. But then when I started with My agency, it was like everything, I knew everything event planning, but when it came to the agency, it was like, bump, flop, flop. Okay. So I was like, all right, Lord, I don't know. I'm excited about this. But at the time, I was an introvert. I was not fully educated on the business. I did not know who my ideal client was. I did not know about no niching down. So I wasn't able to really flourish like I really wanted to, like I was feeling. So just attending this conference, it was at a time in my life where things weren't going right. My relationship just was ending. And I knew that there was a shift. There was a shift in my life that was taking place at that time, at that moment where I was at this conference. And from that conference, I never been to a conference ever like that before. They had a pastor there, they had music, and they had entertainment and all kinds of stuff to make you feel good. And just the message there was in alignment with me. And I knew that I can do it. I knew that I was going to be able to build my business because I felt it right then and there. So I invested at that time into a coach. And we was just talking about this earlier today when I joined her live about how I had to go through a couple of coaches and I didn't get what I really needed from that coach because one, I'm not going to blame just from the coaching because everybody have their different coaching styles, but also I didn't do my diligence and do the research and I was new to it. So I didn't really have a mentor to say, hey, you should invest in a coach, but this is what you should be looking for. Now, first coach that I hired, still didn't know nothing about my ideal client. Still didn't know about niching down. I still didn't have a marketing message. It was like I was told what to do, but not showing me how to do it and why I need to be doing that. And so if you're looking for a coach, someone to coach you in your business, these are the things that you should be looking at. Do your research. Research them, follow them, opt into their lead magnet, attend some of their free programs and just see and do a little bit more research on them. If they have blogs or they have books or anything like that, read that so that you can get to know them a little bit better. And if you feel that you are in alignment with them and this is someone that you think that you want to coach you, then go ahead and schedule that consultation and have that conversation with them. And then have some questions for them that's going to help you build your business or help you in whatever coaching you need. It doesn't even have to be business. It could be anything on a personal thing. I know a lot of people who have been abused or abandoned and they need a coach. They need someone that they can go to. So my thing is that I may not be fit for everyone and just vice versa. You may not be a great fit for me as well. I don't just take anyone to coach. We have to be in alignment. I learned that from my relationships, one, and I'm learning that also in my relationships in business wise, whether you are collaborating with someone, whether you are hiring someone as your coach, or whether you are doing some kind of project with them. You should make sure that you are in alignment with that. And for me, I'm a child to the King. And if the Holy Spirit is telling me that, nope, it's not feeling right, this is not it, then it's not for me. Because if it's not of God, it's not for me. Okay. So she just took me back to where I was feeling like I was a fish out of water. I was an introvert. I was still shy. I didn't go live. I didn't do any of those things because I didn't know how to do it. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to say. And when I go back to some of the lives that I did, I'm like, wow, okay, I came a long way. I came a long way. And I thank the wonderful people who were in my life to help me get me to where I am now. When I first started and I started coach, it was for my virtual assistant agency. Although I was doing okay, because when you first start out in business, you start out with the people that you know that you know your stuff, and they will hire you to do those things. But just that it was just reaching those who did not know me so they can get to know me. So it's all about people getting to know who you are and also trust. And that means showing up and being consistent. You may not be someone who likes to go live, and that's okay. That's okay. And I wanted someone to say that to me, and no one said that to me. It was one coach that said to me, and she was very rough. She was like, well, how are they going to get to know you? How are they going to get to know you if you don't go live? You got to go live, sis. They don't know you. So that took me aback. I was just taken aback from that. And that's when after that, it was like, no more. I'm not investing in no more coach until I find the right one. I am not investing my money in no one until I find the right one. Yes, attract and align with the right people. Exactly. We have to. During these days, you have to, because people hype up stuff. And I learned that. And I had to learn that from actually the coach that I have now, Michelle Christie, called out her name, the coach that I have now, because we can't always believe the hype. The hype, all right? Because people be hyping things up and you be like, yeah, all these people. And then once you get in there, it's like, womp, womp, womp. Okay? You just didn't get what you needed from that person. And they just hyped it up to make it seem like it's something. So this is why you always must pray and be in alignment and do your research. And for those who do know me, know I am real and I am strict about research. Even if you are coaching with me in any of my trainings and any of my challenges, you know that it's going to be some research in there, because there's nothing like knowing what you know. Okay. You can learn from other people, but when you have your own stuff and you put your own flavor into it, it is so much better than someone else's, because you are different. You are unique. God made you special. You're the only one. You're the only special Tikwa, the only special Don, the only special Philippa. You're the only special one. You are special. God made you for a reason and for a purpose, right? And we have to find that purpose in our business. So I wanted to come on and I just wanted to share that. I wanted to come on and share this today. So my thing is this: if you are someone who thought about even starting your business and have not started, this is the time, sis. This is the time. God did allow certain things to happen for us to sit and not do anything. We have been quarantined in the pandemic for about a year now. And if you have not got clarification on what you need to be doing, whether it's leaving that job, starting your business, asking for that promotion, moving to a different career, it's time right now. It's time. It's not time for us to continue to sit. Things are changing in the world. It will never go back to normal. There's no normal. There's no old normal. There's a new normal. And it's time for us to remove ourselves from that fear and start shifting to our new chapter, shifting to the things that our heart desires. I remember as a little girl, I used to write in my diary. I remember my mom, she bought me my first diary. It was a lock and key. I love that lock and key pink diary. Okay. And I was extremely shy. And I think that she strategically did that because I didn't talk. I didn't express myself. And I think that was her way of hearing about my thoughts and my feelings with that, because I know she was reading my diary. So at that time, it was a lot of things that I have written in there that I wanted to do. And I was just talking on live with the coach that I invested in at the time, who I love, because she helped me shift from where I was to where I am right now. Okay. Even as a coach, which I thought that it's like, oh, I don't qualify for a coach. She told me, yes, you do. You have the experience. You qualify yourself, and no one needs to qualify you. So I had to go into prayer and I had to think about that. So going back to the diary, I wrote about me traveling. I wrote about traveling around the world and seeing the world and taking my children with me. If I had children, my family, and travel. And how are we going to do that? We can't do that from a 9-to-5 job. We can travel, but it's only but so much that we can travel because we got to use our vacation day, or we just decide to take a leave of absence or something like that without pay. So I had to think about those things. Like, yes, I started my career in my 9-to-5 and I have soared, okay, got promotion, got to be a supervisor. I'm a Six Sigma certified project. I'm certified in doing projects and all that stuff. And I have to think about it. It's like that now it's time for me to shift into my new chapter and start my own business and do something for Tiqua. I've been working my tail off to make sure that I put myself through college, work my tail off to buy my car, work my tail off to make sure that my kids had what they needed. All those things I had to work for that doing a 9-to-5 job. But then I missed out on spending time with my family because we're working, or we're doing overtime, or we have to shift our schedule because of A, B, and C, whatever reason that may be, right? Or we can't take vacation because we need coverage. I don't want to do that no more. I want to be in my business, right here in my office, talking to you guys. And if I'm ready and I want to go travel to the beach somewhere off on an island, I can be talking to you from the island as well. And if that is something that you want to do, sis, I'm telling you guys, do it. Thank you for listening to me, guys, and I will see y'all on my next live. Have a blessed one.
Thank you for listening to Vision, Impact, and Purpose with Coach Tiqua. Be sure to tune in again for new episodes and visit her website at tiqua.com.